If I ask you to name the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Anglo-Saxons, you're probably going to name this helmet, or at least you're going to describe this helmet. Now, the name that modern historians and archaeologists call this helmet is the Sutton Hoo Mound 1 ship burial helmet. That's because it was found at the Sutton Hoo Mound 1 ship burial. However, behind closed doors, me and my friends just call this Rædwald's helmet. That's because there's nothing within the Sutton Hoo Mound 1 ship burial, which is, by the way, a ship burial site that was discovered and excavated in 1939, which was an interment of an enormous ship with lots of grave goods that, really rich grave goods that would have belonged to an Anglo-Saxon king. And as well, this, helmet, the different fragments of it were located, and then they were eventually pieced together, and then a different reconstruction was eventually produced to give the public an image of how this helmet may have looked in life. And yes, that's how this helmet probably looked in life. But anyway, there's nothing inside of the ship burial itself that we can use to explicitly identify the owner of these items. However, there are a lot of historical clues that lead to it probably being Rædwald of East Anglia. Now, Rædwald of East Anglia, at least according to the very early sources that we have, which is Bede, who's writing like a century or more later, a century or more after the events that he's describing, but he tells us that Rædwald of East Anglia, and he doesn't speak very highly of Rædwald of East Anglia because Rædwald of East Anglia was a pagan, and Bede was not all about paganism. But Bede tells us that he was essentially king of the Anglo-Saxons, that he fought a battle at the River Idle in 616, and that he actually won that battle, but also that his son Ragnhara dies in that battle. And so Rædwald of East Anglia likely buried his son Ragnhara in a ship burial. One can guess, from what we know about Rædwald of East Anglia, that he was probably close friends with Æthelberht of Kent, that they could have been having conversations about religion and all different kinds of things like that, because Æthelberht of Kent had also been a convert to Christianity from paganism, and Rædwald of East Anglia was thinking of converting to Christianity for some of the attractive proposals that Christianity offers, but ultimately he was counseled by his wife and by some other people around him that he should remain in the same religion as his ancestors, his cultural religion, which was Anglo-Saxon paganism, about which we know very little. Now again, I can't responsibly tell you that the Sutton Hoo Mound 1 ship burial helmet was definitively the helmet of Rædwald of East Anglia, but I'd pretty much bet my life on it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more, because I think next time I'll talk about Æthelberht of Kent. I am Beast the Knave. Like and follow for more.